G'day everyone, welcome back to a slightly happier Nat's Knackers yard. I think we've caught up. I did put out a quick short, but I tried to tart up the fail paint, failed, fundamentally got frustrated, stripped the lot, which meant I could do a better job, frankly, of the dent filling. Squeezed what I could out of the paint, concentrated on the two sides, really tiny bit over the top, because I know that's going to go black. I'm hoping there's no seam in the middle, but I'm ready for black and I'm going to bang that on now. Right, a couple of light coats later, colour's starting to solidify. I'm avoiding the habit / urge to go too heavy, too thick, particularly with pinstriping tape. If you go really thick, it's a fucker to get off clean. So I'm going to let that cure properly. Got the end as well going up there. Right, let's let that cure for about 10 minutes, I think. Right, so that's the black done, and I am fucking ecstatic. Lines have come out pretty damn near perfect. I'm always concerned when I pinstripe as to how long you leave it. If you leave it to dry, well, is it going to flake? If you leave it when it's wet, does it like peel? Comes off like when you used to have PVA glue on your fingers when you were a kid and you peel it off. So trying to get it just somewhere in between. I'm going to have to do more research and work out when you should do it. But I did it as it was slightly tacky then, and it's come out really good, really good. Right, it's still quite early in the evening. What I might try and do, give it a few more minutes to tack off, and then chuck some, get the 2K clear out. See if I can get that on. That'll be a fucking bonus, which means I'll be able to let that sort its life out overnight. Sweet. Right then people, I am back in the garage. The old tank is off, which can realistically mean only one thing. And we're on. And it is looking sweet, I think. Not really giving you a proper look of how that belly pan looks now. I think it just ties it in a little bit more. I didn't want to do it orange because it would just be too much, I think, be overpowering. But I think that works quite nicely. Now, I didn't do a lot of filming, you know, rubbing down the tank and polishing it up. I've done it before. I've got lots of videos on it. And I was basically at the kitchen watching the preparations for the Queen's funeral while I was doing it. And yeah, and it's quite late in the day now because I've just been in the front room with the missus and kids watching the lot. So she is now on her way to Windsor for a final resting place, which is beautiful and terrible all in one. But it does make, speaking of beautiful and terrible, that's a terrible link and incredibly disrespectful, but we're done on Tango. I think we're done on Tango, barring an MOT. And barring this tank leaking as well, which would just destroy me if that was the case. Right, I don't make works of art. I make quite good looking things. This is possibly the weirdest concoction that's ever come out of Nat's noggin. But what I make is functional bikes, I think. So the best thing I think I can do is just make sure this functions as a bike. Right, okay. Let's whip Tango up and down the hill, shall we? Got another camera over the back there. And he fell over a log. I've not ridden this with mirrors on yet. It's actually not a bad guess as to where they should go. As usual, they're not great. Let's go. He's a shouty boy. He certainly is a shouty boy. Alright, let's give it a bit of a whip. I don't know if you noticed the front wheel come up a bit then, made me jump. Let's try that again. There's fucking nothing wrong with this. It's a pocket rocket. Good boy, Tango. Now if you can manage not to chuck fuel everywhere in a couple of evenings time, I'll be even more grateful. Happy with that. What a wonderful, wonderful machine. Awesomeness. Believe me, it rides as good as it looks. That was brilliant. Right, I hate to say this because it seems to be tempting fate each time I do. I think we're MOT ready. It's a question of when now though. I don't think I'm going to get an opportunity next weekend. House guests and stuff. But we'll see. But I think he's done. And what a beauty. I'll chuck up some pictures and bits and pieces. It's been a trial, this one. Still not perfect. I have managed to burn through my frickin' paint when I was watching the BBC coverage of setting up the funeral. It needs grip tape on there anyway. That's fine. I can cover that. It's fucking irritating, don't get me wrong. But considering the dramas I've had with Fazer tanks, that is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. Right. Cheers all. Been a trial, this one. But I think it's pretty much worth it in the end, just for the effect overall. I do like that belly pan now. It's got a bit of Tango on it. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so next thing's MOT and then put it up for sale. I suppose a big question is what it's worth. I'm terrible at judging value of bikes. The simple answer is not a lot. It's a Fazer. It's a 20-year-old bike. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think, people? What would you pay for this? Highest bidder gets it. Cheers all. Ta-da.